Welcome back to The Floor here at GeoWeek 2023. I'm Noah Eckhouse with NavVis, and I am joined by Eric Thibodeaux, who's a lead piping designer over at Burns McDonnell. We're going to be talking to him about some of the cool stuff they're doing and the impacts it's having on their workflows in the process industry. Thank you for joining us today, Eric. I'm glad to have you here. You guys are doing some really cool stuff. And so I was just wondering, maybe a first thing would be, how long have you been a NavVis user, and what made you decide to go for the NavVis?
So our first project that we utilized the NavVis on was about a year ago. It was a fire water project. It kind of was a good fit for purpose for us, where we weren't really worried about that eighth of an inch accuracy that we typically go with. So it gave us the flexibility to use that because we were going over a large space. We were able to capture probably a mile's worth of data in just a matter of days, as opposed to what would have taken us maybe a week or two of the amount of scanning with doing a traditional tripod, setup. So that was our first use case that we used it for, and it was so far it's been a good success with our, running through the first project. It's that was kind of our intro to it. We got introduced to it probably 2 years ago with a few demos, and then we were just trying to find the right fit to try it out, and so that's kind of where we got to.
Very cool. So as a lead piping designer, obviously the data that you're getting is very important. And with the VLX, we've got many angles, we're moving around. Is that something that you find is beneficial to your workflow?
Yeah. So we'll utilize an upfront kind of place where we're upfront planning sessions where maybe the scope isn't fully defined. So we can go out, and instead of doing our surgical approach of a traditional laser scan where we'll set up a tripod and it'll shoot an object and we lose any object behind it. With this, you can walk around and you're going to build a 360 of it. You're going to grab all the data, and then there might be extra data that you grab, or there will be extra data that you grab that might be utilized in the future when scope changes. Now you already have it. Now I'm not going to go back to the field. I've already got a representation of what's there. It's going to save me time, going to save me money. For me, the client, it's a win-win.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, we talk about speed of capture, but the completeness of coverage is something that's an interesting one, too. And obviously, for piping, these are very, very busy facilities. You got to get good penetration to get access to everything. Can you talk a little bit about what the workflow is like? Obviously, you're going out and capturing with the VLX, and then how does it go from there?
For us, the workflow is we're going to define the area that we want to capture, and then with this, and it's so easy to capture more, we'll probably go beyond the actual area we need to capture. Then the workflow is go to the field, capture, bring the data in, bring it in, we process it. It'll run through, whatever processing we bring it into. Our Aviva is our point cloud data of choice, engine, point cloud manager. And then we design on top of it. That's pretty simple. It's nothing too crazy.
Great. Yeah. So it sounds like you're able to essentially just have it slot right into the workflow that you're used to, but with some nice efficiencies built in.
Yeah, for sure. The deliverables that come out of it, which is, I think we take an E57 file, bring that in, and it doesn't interrupt our workflow is much different than what we do currently on any type of other traditional scanning. So that integrates well with how we're working right now.
So Aviva is one of our partners here, and they're one of the reasons we developed that embedded Pano E57. So I was wondering if you could speak a little bit to the value of having those bubble views in PCM.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually, I don't know if we can maybe be credited with it, but it was one of the driving forces pushing with one of our vendors that did the VLX scan for us. They had, hey, this is what we want. This is the product we want. We want those, what we call bubble views in Aviva. We want those panos, those bubble views with measuring. That's what we're looking for. We want the end product from the VLX to look what we're used to getting out of a traditional scan, which is the bubble views. So it really helps us to visualize the space. Sometimes you're in the point cloud. Sometimes you don't grasp some of it sometimes. So with those bubble views, those panos, it really helps you, get a better grasp of the area. So for us, it was pretty crucial. So it was good. It was good that y'all were able to get that integrated in with Aviva and make it happen.
Great.
Really quickly.
Yeah, we had some help there. Aviva was great to work with. So yeah, I'm really glad to hear the value of that. We definitely see that having both the point cloud and the imagery is the best of both worlds. You need both to get the most out of it.
Sure.
Is there anything that you want to add, something cool or unique that you like about the VLX or your workflow? Anything at all that you find interesting that we didn't cover in our little brief interview?
Well, it put me on the spot. Let's see. No, I don't have much, I guess, to throw on top of it. I mean, it's a great product. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for where it's going. Hopefully, with some more updates. I mean, if y'all are trying to get better from what you have right now, it's going to be amazing tool.
We appreciate that. That is absolutely the goal. Thank you very much, Eric, for the interview. Always a pleasure catching up.